Hello guys, NautoAisDx here, and I want to give my thoughts on SNK, NIS America, and Nintendo's relationship. And kind of weird I said those things in a combination, but here's the reason why. During the weekend, of course, PAX East basically happened, and NIS Americas were there. And at the same time, NIS America also had an interview in a European magazine about basically their relationship with Nintendo. So if you've been following what's going on with SNK Heroine and also now SNK the 40th anniversary collection, it seems that NIS America and even surprisingly SNK themselves starting to have a better relationship with Nintendo versus Sony. So in order to explain this, I gotta go rewind back a bit. When the PS3 or even the PS2, I think even the PS2 during the PS2 era, and then of course the HD era, NIS America actually started. And of course, if you know who they are, they're a localization team. From what I heard, they're also a Japanese company. I'm kind of confused with that one, American company. I'm really confused. I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of people about it, but they're a localization team per se, and they've done a lot of PS2 game. They're known for the Disgaea game. There have been other games I can think of in the PS2 era. And in the PS3, they were doing more niche JRPG. And of course, some of them is one of my all-time favorite franchise, the Neptunia series for the PS3. But you notice mostly they were doing it exclusively to a Sony platform, whether it's the PS2 and PS3. Then of course, they make barely games for their system. I know there's a Rodeo Sky game. I have it for the Wii U and the 3DS. And they also did this game on the DS. But mostly PS3 games exclusively. And now, during, again, I said PAX East, and of course during an interview, NIS America basically revealed that working with Nintendo, it's, let's just say, better than working with Sony. So before I kind of gave my personal opinion, I think this is a controversy about NIS America and SNK and Nintendo. A little backstory about NIS America. Yes, they've been doing games since the PS2. They're known for the Disgaea games. Mostly, a lot of their localization are on the PS2. You can understand why. The PS2 era. Then when it came to the HD, well, you got the PS3. I mean, there have been Xbox games also, but I think to a less, but it's mostly PS3. They also done games on the Wii. There's Phantom Brave, like I say, Rodeo Sky. I have that game, but not so much. There's even this Disgaea on the DS. There's even, I bought, what is that game? Shoot. Musical Rhapsody. It's a RPG, pretty good. I haven't bought it for $20 from the Nintendo DS. So, but mostly they do games on the PS2, a lot of the exclusive ones. And then later on, there were more that they kind of localized. Like I said, they did a Neptunia game, or some of the early Ideal Factory / Compile Hard games. There are also the ones like Agriswar was published by Axie Games. That's why there's no dub. There's a Hauiki Samurai game during the MmGS era. That's also from Ideal Factory, believe it or not. There's an anime. That one's ASCII. And then, of course, Amnesia and Code Realize. I think that's what it's called. That's also Ideal Factory, visual novel. Kind of give it a given that if it's a visual novel game, you're not gonna ever see that, but that's a different story. But the point is, yes, that Ideal Factory at the time, before they made their own company, the games were being published by different publisher or localization team. NIS America was part of them. They did Mugen Souls and the Neptunia game. Yes, partially dubbed, but again, that's a different story there. So from there, apparently, people might say, wow, NIS America really likes Sony, or they have a good relationship with Sony. Well, during PAX East, and this is where the controversy is going to be starting in, and I'm going to talk more about that later, is that apparently there's some revelation that NIS America really don't like to work with Sony, or they prefer to work with Nintendo versus Sony on a business. I mean, a little bit, to some extent, I'm annoyed. Well, maybe because I'm trying to support Sony, but what I'm trying to say here, I had a feeling there's some sort of favoritism coming, because I think they always been prefer Nintendo over Sony, but the only reason why they're favoring Sony more to Nintendo is because of the hardware. But once a Switch came, it sort of rivaled to the PS4, but granted, PS4 is still more powerful than the Switch, come on. But of course, the Switch is portability, able to play console game on the go. Hey, that's an advantage, and sales are picking up. Now, apparently, that NIS America, they're starting to favor more Sony. To some extent, I really don't like it. I prefer to be equality, not, I'm not going to go there, but just equality, treat both company equally, one-to-one parity. But lately, the controversy is that they're not. A big controversy about SNK Heroine Frequency Fighter and NIS America here is that it seemed that NIS America is favoring Nintendo over Sony rather than equality. And there was an article, apparently someone from NIS America basically did say that working with Sony Interactive Entertainment was difficult, that they'd rather work with Nintendo. I say to that kind of like a screw you, it's a business, but whatever. Wada did the same thing to some extent when he was still SNK president, or not SNK, Square Enix president. My apologies there. He at one point was favoring Microsoft to Sony because Microsoft was, making money. It was easier to develop, the story. And one of the controversies here that I really don't like is the physical version of the game. Switch only. Not even PlayStation 4. Why is that? Because apparently there have been reports that NIS America, being the publisher of this game, and Nintendo made some sort of deal that favors Nintendo, and because of it also now, that the physical version of the game, that's what's only Switch, will be flipped the bill by Nintendo. So Nintendo's going to be in charge of the physical version rather than NIS America themselves. Screw you. But that's what it is, so I get to cut costs. Because NIS America probably doesn't have a lot of money. After the debacle with Ys VIII, they had to update the game, that costs money, rewrite the script, rewrite the voice, they have to do the voice. And that's like pockets, and they're using money in their own pocket to some extent. So to a point that that's what they did probably dub this game, which is, again, screw you. Not having a physical release for the PS4 and NIS America, again, screw you. And it kind of irks me, that part. It really, really irks me about it. So I don't understand. And the funny thing is that, believe it or not, SNK of Japan and Sony Interactive Entertainment of Japan have great relationship. Ever since with the PS2 era, they've been having a great relationship. The problem is for a while in the PS2 era, SNK of Japan was butting head with Sony Computer Entertainment America, that's before it became interactive, over some of the games. The reason why some of the games during the PS2 era came to the Xbox rather than the PS2 was a price issue. Sony told them to lower the price, they refused. And even so, that it's sort of a dictatorship that sounded like, because you're telling the company how much they should price the game. I can agree with Sony, because who the hell's going to buy a 2D game $50 during the PS2 era? Not a lot of people. Look around to SNK versus Capcom Chaos. Didn't really sell. Look what happened to Samurai Shodown 5 for the Xbox for $30. Not only had a poor sale, they went to a negative. Look what happened to Rebound. Canceled the game. Couldn't really make it work for the Xbox. The online component wasn't working. Whatchamacallit. And Neo Wave, that's what I'm trying to say. King of Fighter Neo Wave became an Xbox exclusive. It was $20, and I think the online, I think it's there, but it's not really that good from what I heard. So And look what happened to the result. Look what happened. After a while, King of Fighter 11, Neo Geo Battle Coliseum for the PS2, along with some of the SNK collection, Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, World Zero, Samurai. Well, not really Samurai Showdown because that was a little bit more, but some of Fatal Fury, World Zeroes, and Art of Fighting, Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, and King of Fighter 11. They were not even under. They were $15 because, well, they learned their lesson. You know, they made the bad decision. I'm sorry to say. So they cut their losses. They were trying to make more money from Metal Slug Anthology. Made it $30 or $40 because of Metal Slug 6. Samurai Showdown was $30. The Anthology because of Samurai Showdown 6. Yeah, so I'm like, you know. So, like I said, yeah, they do have a history of not really seeing eye to eye with Sony Interactive Entertainment of America, but in Japan, they're a great relationship. But in America, I don't know. I mean, to some extent, they're sort of good because there's like a lot of exclusive, like Mark of the Wolf, Last Blade 2, King of Fighter 97 Global, Samurai Shodown 5, which is PSN download. Plus, they're bringing some of the PS2 to PS4 program, King of Fighter 98 Ultimate Match, the Orochi Saga, and like I said, Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting. Some even the only Japanese for $15, granted because of the trophies. They're also bringing the PS4 exclusively, well, because of the PS2. So, I mean, I don't know. I just hope that SNK, you know, maybe find another publisher to publish a game in America, because in my opinion, personal opinion, I don't think NIS America is not doing a good job, because to some extent, in my opinion only, I could be wrong, they're trying to screw the PlayStation owner, the PlayStation supporter, because apparently, according to them, that they rather work with Nintendo than with Sony because, well, relationship, let's just say that. So, I mean, it's already a controversy with the Waifu Fighter, only digital in the PS4, and in the case with the SNK Collection, it's only for the Switch, which, okay, maybe because it has an NES game, but it's a third-party game. If Mega Man Legacy Collection can be on the PS4, why can't this game too? So, I mean, SNK, you know, I hope in the long run, maybe 2019, like the SNK Collection be on the PS4. Hopefully there will be a physical version, because right now, I hate to say it, man, it's bullshit. Excuse the language, you know. I don't know what the SNK America is doing. They're trying to send a message, hey, Nintendo better than Sony. That's just my opinion about it. That's just my opinion, you know. But it's just kind of like frustrating, you know, as a Sony supporter, it's kind of frustrating what NIS America doing, but it is what it is there. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating that SNK and NIS America, and apparently how they started was, like I said, it was on PAX East. There was a talk with, apparently, again, I don't know the whole story, but apparently that during localization, that I could be wrong, so if anybody knows, correct me if I'm wrong, SNK went to NIS America rather than to Atlas or to someone else. Kind of weird, but whatever. And basically talked to NIS America to publish SNK Heroine Frequency Tag Team Battle. And then it apparently originally was supposed to be a PS4 exclusive, kind of like King of Fighter 14. But then NIS America basically said, why can't we also put this in the Nintendo Switch? We can make more money. And SNK said, sure, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's fine. You know, PS4 and Switch, that is fine. But what kind of ticked me off after is when apparently, oh, guess what? You want a physical release for this game? It's only going to be on the Switch. If you want the PS4 version, you gotta get the collector's edition. And apparently the reason is that there was even a point that Nintendo came to SNK and I guess to NIS America, and they asked, like, you put this also on the Switch? SNK America said sure, and then Nintendo decided to be more assy and said, you know what? We'll also help you more. We'll be funding the physical release of the game. So, of course, this is like the situation with Sega during the PS2 era with the Sega Sonic Gem Collection, The reason why in America it's only a GameCube exclusive, because Nintendo paid exclusive to Sega, and Sega decided to bend down. Yep, that's what it is. They bend down. So as right now with SNK Heroine Frequency Tag Team Fighter, NIS America probably bend down to Nintendo because, again, they even said it themselves. They prefer working with Nintendo than Sony, because apparently Sony they don't work well with Sony. I mean, I don't know, but again, I don't like it because you're not being parodied. Your favoritism, your favorite company, you're favoring your company. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Favoritism is the word I'm looking for. Apologies. And nobody likes that. And like I said, I seen the comment, the people who want to get it for the PS4 physical release, they're like mad. They're upset. Like, well, I'm not going to support this game. SNK, you know, read those comments, man. Kind of disappointing. I mean, I made comment about it. Like, that's kind of biased. That's like, wow. Is NIS America favoring? And I noticed a lot of this smaller company now, they're happy that Nintendo's doing well with the Switch, but it seems that they really want Nintendo to be on the top again. I mean, well, that's fine. I mean, I don't really care who's on top. I just prefer Sony. And as of right now, Sony is on the top. Yeah, but they're also kind of being assy. Fortnite crossplay, but that's a different story. And oh my God. So yeah. So like I said, you know, as of right now, unless if you want the physical version for the PS4, you gotta buy more than $100, so it's gonna be in a just only download. It's just a little bit bothersome. But if there's a flash sale on this game, I'll guarantee I'll get it. If it's $20, yeah, sure. And if I can get it digital from Amazon, yeah, I know Amazon. Hey, I got no problem with it, so that wouldn't be a problem. But like I said, as of right now, this kind of irks me. It's really annoying about it. That it seems that NIS America, they really, really are doing favoritism to Nintendo, not being parodied equal to the company, because that's the method. They have the right to do it. They prefer to do it because it's if that basically helps their business, I understand. But it's assy. It's freaking assy. Like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Oh, jeez almighty, man. Like, seriously, dude? So, as of right now, is that SNK Frequency Heroine Tag Team Battle Waifu Fighter. Yeah, it's going to be on the PS4. It's going to be on the Switch. Okay, that's fine. It was originally going to be exclusive to the PS4. However, what kind of anomaly that stepped in was that Nintendo decided to help them, and really what NIS America did, they bent down. I mean, I still give them props what they did with Ys VIII. They had to fix that problem with the dubbing and the recording, because that was just shit, man. Shit. Excuse the language there. But of course, like I said, it's unfortunate that this game is not dubbed. It's a fighting game, like whatever. And of course, another one is the 48 collection. It's going to be on the Switch only. Again, that doesn't matter. It's about the games, not the console. But I always prefer Sony first, then Switch. And the reason for it is I like my trophies. I like the powerhouse of the PS4. Oh shit, excuse the language. I went for the graphics rather than the portability. I know. And if it has PS4 Pro Enhanced, that'd be so awesome. Sonic Mania has it. Neptunia V2R has it. You get the idea there. That's just me personally. I prefer always PS4 first, then Switch. And I really don't care about the Xbox. Sorry, I'm not really a Microsoft fan. There'll be a story for this 10th year anniversary. Kind of makes sense. 10th year anniversary kind of makes sense there. Yeah, so, I mean, right now it is really concerning. Yes, believe it or not, there is going to be a part 2, and it's this more rant, more in detail, because apparently there's more development had to happen about NIS America and Nintendo. Again, I like Nintendo, but when a lot of these business companies decided to kiss ass, excuse the language again, I know, rather being equal, but you're being like favoring one company to another, your consumer don't like that. Well, some of them maybe, but some of them, they just want equality, parity, treat each main console company, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, with equal value. Then yeah, but again, we'll just have to wait and see. And maybe in 2019, like I said, hopefully, maybe SNK finds another publisher than NIS America, because this is really not really happy. Not a lot of people are not happy. Like I said, in the case with the collection, not a lot of people are happy. Who only have a PS4, you're doing a console exclusive, kind of assy. And then with SNK Heroine Fighters, no physical release for some, but hey, flip side, if there's a flash sale, hey, you can buy it for cheap. Just saying there. So I'll just have to wait and see what happens. So yeah, that's for now. That's part one about NIS America. So right now, kind of concerning, but I hope they do change their way. But I just have to wait and see. And again, disclaimer: these are all my personal opinion. That's it. I don't hate NIS America, but just I don't like their business direction as of right now. Maybe it's desperation. Maybe it's just, maybe Nintendo more friendly, because look what happened with the Wii U. Nobody gives a shit about the Wii U. Excuse the language again, but you cannot get the idea there. All right, so I'm gonna end it here. So that's my thoughts, part one. Part two, warning, rant. It is a rant. So with that, thanks for listening.